Hello everyone, welcome back to BESTBIT. As usual, bringing the best bit of a very common subject area. But I must say this is not a very common subject area. What do you think about the logistics and transportation? I say logistics and transportation are the key fundamentals to balance the consumption and the production worldwide. I think you maybe agree. Today's video is about fulfilling some requests we received from the subscribers. There is a request to talk about the CILT Sri Lanka. What is CILT Sri Lanka? That is the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. We call it CILT. Today we have the privilege of delving into dynamics of logistics and transportation with CILT Sri Lanka. Joining us is an individual, the president of CILT, the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transportation Sri Lanka, Dr. Namali Sirisoma. Welcome to BESTBIT, Dr. Namali Sirisoma, the president of CILT Sri Lanka.
Ayubowan. Thank you for inviting me, Dr. Kalpana.
So with Dr. Namali, today I am planning to discuss about what is CILT, their mission, their contribution to the field of logistics and transportation, the national contribution of the CILT, their contribution to the research and also to the thought leadership, and also the contribution to the logistics and the transportation through sustainability development. And foremost, I am planning to discuss about how you can obtain the membership of CILT, because obtaining CILT membership is an added advantage where when you migrate to other countries, when you climbing up your career, and also when you are moving from career to career, so you will get lots of benefits from obtaining the professional memberships of CILT. So is that CILT only available for logistics and transportation, or anybody who is expert in logistics and transportation working in the fields of logistics and transportation, or is this membership only is this membership for the anybody who is having different qualifications working in different fields? So let's clear our doubts with Dr. Namali Sirisoma, the president of CILT. So doctor, if we talk about the overview of CILT, the mission, and also what is the national contribution of CILT to the fields of logistics and transportation?
Actually, CILT is a UK-based organization which has a history of more than 100 years. CILT Sri Lanka has been established in 1984 with the cabinet approval. That time, this has established as CIT, Chartered Institute of Transport. But later on, they have identified the importance of recognizing logisticians as professionals. So therefore, in 2012, the name has changed as Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Sri Lanka. CILT internationally is based in UK, and there are 34 territory countries where we have membership and where we consider or recognize our professional qualifications in those 34 countries. If you take CILT International, so they recognize our professionals as professionals in transport and logistics. This is the only professional organization in Sri Lanka which recognize professionals in maritime, supply chain, aviation, and land transport. So if you are working in that area, so we recognize you as a professional in logistics and transport. So basic objectives of this CILT Sri Lanka is to develop the professionalism in the industry, identify the requirements of the new developments, get involved in policy making and strategic planning level, and enhance the education in logistics and transport. So we have taken many actions in those areas.
BESTBIT is having most of young subscribers. Actually, they are looking for obtaining different qualifications, membership for them to include in their career development. So, what would be your advice for the young professionals, those who are looking for joining logistics and transportation, and what kind of benefits would they receive from joining CILT?
Yes, young professionals who are working in transport and logistics can obtain their professional qualification through CILT Sri Lanka. Also, those qualifications will be recognized internationally if they move abroad for a job, or if they apply for higher education in other universities in foreign countries. Also, they will be recognized as professionals in the logistics and transport field once they fulfill the required criteria. So we always advise these young professionals to join CILT Sri Lanka because we help them in many ways in their career progression. We can provide mentoring services, and on top of all, they can develop their network with the industry experts because many key personnel in this logistics and transport Sri Lanka are members of CILT Sri Lanka, and they help all these youngsters in their career progression, in mentoring program, and also in training programs as well.
Great. So, we are coming to the major part of our discussion, that is about the membership of CILT. CILT is having ranges of memberships for different professionals and in the different levels. So, starting from the student, I guess. So, let's start with the discussion what are the types of memberships and also how to obtain the memberships, and is this membership only limited for those who are working in the fields of logistics and transportation? Is it available? Is it or others, especially like those who are qualified in human resource management, marketing, finance, accounting, banking, and all? Are they eligible to obtain this membership? And also, joining with the CILT, are there any possibilities for others as well? So, let's discuss about the membership of CILT.
Yes, so let me discuss our membership criteria entry path matrix. Of course, there are different entry paths. Say, assume some people they have just entered the industry without any educational qualification, but they have only experiences. So, if someone has entered with GCE O level experiences, uh, after 5 years of experience in logistics and transport, they can become an associate member. Then, after 4 years, they will get qualified to become a member, that is MILT qualification. But they have to prove their experience and their working records in logistics and transport. So if someone has entered the field after GCE advanced level as a student, there are several paths. We have CILT international certificate programs, international diploma program offered by CILT International UK. So in Sri Lanka at the moment, only Sinek Maritime campus is offering these certificate and diploma courses. So if you follow that course, say assume that you follow the diploma program, after 2 years of experience in the field, you get eligible to become a graduate member. So after become a graduate member with 1 year experience, that student can apply, or that graduate can apply for MILT, member in logistics and transport. Say assume that one student gets qualified with a degree. So with a recognized degree of 3 years, after 1 year qualification, they become eligible to become a graduate member, another 1 year qualification to become a MILT. Then CILT Advanced Diploma or 3 year degree in Transport and Logistics accredited by CILT. So we provide accreditation for logistics and transport degrees offered in Sri Lanka. So there are some accredited programs like the BSc in Logistics Management offered by KDU. Then we have accredited the Ocean University, NSPM Green University, then ICBT Postgraduate Diploma, University of Moratuwa undergraduate degree, etc. So if they have completed a 3-year degree, so soon after their graduation, they become eligible to become a graduate member. With 1 year experience, they can become a member, that is MILT. So any 4 years degree in directly related to transport and logistics, that is what we have accredited. So soon after their graduation, they are eligible to become a member, that is MILT category. But your question was, if someone has a different degree, that human resources or management or marketing, so can they become a member? Yes, we have this any recognized degree, but you have to prove that you are working in the logistics and transport related work. Say, assume that you can work in the Ports Authority or John Keels or Nestle, but you are working in the transport and related work. So you have to prove your working experience. And of course, we have a membership evaluation committee. So if you have any doubt on your experience and your knowledge related to transport and logistics, we recommend, okay, there's a QE exam. They can sit and prove their knowledge in transport and logistics. When they pass that exam, they become eligible to become a member. So that is the first professional category, that is MILT. So become a chartered member of logistics and transport. One way is like if you don't have any postgraduate experience, after 7 years of MILT experience, you become qualified to become a CMILT. But again, you have to sit for that our qualification exam level 2. Then if you have a postgraduate diploma with 5 years experience, you can become a MILT. Then recognized postgraduate degree with 3 years experience, you can become a chartered member of logistics and transport or CMILT. But here, just fulfilling the number of years, you cannot become a chartered member. You have to prove us your managerial experiences, that you have given the leadership to some team and you are a decision maker of your organization. So after you become a CMIT, with 10 years of experience, you can become a fellow member in Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. We call it FCILT. But here, so that person has to prepare some assessment or a report portfolio about his career, about the leadership, and then research and innovation, or his contribution to CILT Sri Lanka, the development of the logistics and transport industry, and of course his knowledge and contribution in the national level. If required, they will call you for a viva voce. So that is how you can become a fellow member or FCILT category in transport and logistics management.
That is a very transparent and very clear process of obtaining memberships in the different entry levels and also stepping up in the membership until you getting into the fellow member of CILT. So, I think that is very clear, and the president of CILT explained it very clearly how you can obtain one by one, starting from as a student, or like if you are working in the field of logistics related or transport related fields, you also can join as in different entry levels are available for you. And also, if you are wondering where I can get this application, so please go to the CILT website. So in our video description, you can see the CILT website. So please click on it and you can go to the applications and you can fill the application and you can go ahead with the relevant process of obtaining the membership. Incorporated with the commitment to increase the efficiency and the effectiveness of transport and the logistic fields, the contribution to CILT is very important. There's no doubt on it. CILT is excellence in fostering the professional development, enhancing the academic knowledge, as well as sharing the knowledge particularly. So I know that there are several, and CILT is kind of a very busy organization, having lots of conferences and also collaborations with other the stakeholders, and they work on the university level programs, and also it's a very busy, and their contribution to developing the thought leadership and also the contribution to the research is very high. So let's talk about their contribution to thought leadership in the transport and logistics, and also what kind of research are ongoing and what is the research contribution to the field of logistics and transportation from CILT.
Yes, the CILT is a professional organization in transport and logistics. Earlier also I told you that we provide professional services in maritime, supply chain, then aviation and land transport. So we have 4 subcommittees to work on these different areas. Mostly we get involved in policy making of this country, because policy making, having national policies, having national strategies in transport and logistics is very, very important. We can see that in Sri Lanka, one lacking area is these national policies in different areas. Now we have a Sri Lanka policy for aviation, and then land transport policy has done in 2009, which is highly outdated. We don't have a new document. Then supply chain and maritime, we need to have national policies. And again, if we take the economic development of the country, we provide a major contribution to the economy. Even in the COVID period, all the areas were like either suspended or stopped or slowed down their operations, except the logistics and supply chain. Because during the COVID period, the supply chain of materials, medicine, oxygen, looking after these COVID affected people were very, very important. Nobody was allowed to slow down their work. Many decisions were taken, systems were converted to digital systems or paperless systems within no time. And we adjusted to this new system, and people continued their services under a lot of difficulties. So CILT Sri Lanka provided our support in many areas during this time, in advising the industry, in policy making, also in research and development also. We have done several conferences related to this, the improvement of the logistics and transport area in the Sri Lanka. Also, we have started a research conference providing the platform for the industry and the students, young students, to publish their research findings. So last year a conference, we found that many new involvements, new strategies introduced by this industry were published in our research conference. So we wish to continue this every year as an annual research conference. Also, if somebody requests us to provide some services for these students, we are always ready to provide that. Even our mentoring program was started because we received a request from the Ocean University to provide mentoring services through CILT Sri Lanka. So we provided it totally free of charge. And the next year onwards, we decided to open it to all the universities who offer courses in transport related and logistics related areas. So we continue that, and then we wish to expand these services in the future as well.
If you have stayed for months with BESTBIT, I think that you know BESTBIT is a channel which is promoting sustainable, environmental friendly, and green practices in the business organizations. So I never forget that to ask about the sustainability development and the environmental friendly practices in any field therefore. So best bit is always bringing the best bit of any discipline. CILT's contribution to initiating the sustainable and environmental friendly practices. That is my next question. So how it's going on?
Actually, sustainable actions initiatives should be taken by the industry. So now we talk about green transport, green logistics, green supply chain, using renewable energy, improve safety in workplaces, also safety in transport, reduction of accidents, etc. So as a professional organization, what we do is we recognize these sustainable approaches or the initiatives taken by the industry and recognize and appreciate them. So last year, we organized the CILT Awards 2022. Actually, it was held in 2023 February. One key area that we considered and analyzed for these awards was the sustainable development practices of different areas in maritime, aviation, land transport, etc. So we always encourage these sustainability uh, approaches and how industry work towards achieving the sustainable development goals. And we help them through knowledge sharing. If they require any specific training, of course, we facilitate them. And we conduct some programs to enhance the knowledge and share the knowledge among the industry practitioners. So, as a professional organization, we always encourage to introduce more sustainable development initiatives by the industry. So we have done several programs actually. We had a road safety program series for land transport users. Now we are planning to have some professional driver training for truck drivers. So awards was one. We recognize all the areas, supply chain, then the maritime and aviation in their sustainable development goals, achievements, and the actions they have taken. So likewise, so we encourage the industry to take new initiatives in this area.
I think in any field, lessons learned are the most important thing. So lessons learned by ourselves and the lessons learned from others also very important. So we always need to create a platform to share this knowledge, share the best practices, share our mistakes because everybody can learn from these things. So lessons learned. So I found when it comes to the lessons learned, international collaboration and also knowledge sharing, networking are very important. So how CILT initiating the collaborations, networking within the national scale and also in the international scale to foster the knowledge sharing and also to share the best practices in the field of logistics and transport.
Knowledge sharing is one key area in CILT Sri Lanka. So how we do is to share the knowledge, first we have to find where the knowledge is. So we have our corporate partners. Uh, we have more than 24 corporate partners which works with CILT Sri Lanka from different areas, maritime, uh, aviation, then land transport, supply chain, likewise. So we have platinum, gold, silver, and bronze partners. So when we do these knowledge sharing sessions, of course, they always get volunteered to provide speakers. And they share their achievements, their best practices. And then in Sri Lanka, to enhance the knowledge among the CILT members, we do many programs every month. At least there's one program every month so that members can join. Some programs are totally free. Some programs are, of course, at a cost. And we have these continuous professional development programs where members can attend. Of course, they score marks when they attend these programs. And the advantage is when we have these programs, we get key people in this industry. So the young members, they get many opportunities to talk to them, then identify the challenges they have faced and develop their network. So always there's a networking session after our events. Unfortunately, our youngsters, they have not understood the value of these programs. Now, I'm an academia, so I need the network with the industry in many areas. Now, even after joining the CILT, I got to know many people, many key people who are working in this industry. Now, of course, I'm the president of CILT Sri Lanka. So I use those contacts, requirements for students, and developing new training programs, etc. So internationally, of course, we have, I told you earlier also, we have members in 34 countries. When they do programs, they share their flyers, they share their Zoom links. So we share those with our members. If someone is interested, they can join those programs. And every year, International is organizing their international convention and with the conference. So even our members can attend those. So the networking can be expanded even in the international level. So what my advice for these young people is attend these people and get to know them, because logistics is a very challenging field. This is a 24-hour operating field. You can't stop your operations for any reason, because supply chain and logistics means the heart of the country. Without them, you cannot function anything. So you should be ready to face challenges, but you should have a very good network to expand your knowledge, improve your work, and then do things so quickly. So if you have a very good network, you can face any challenges because you know the person that you have to talk to. You don't need to go around to find the people. So it's very, very important to have a good knowledge and good network, especially if you work in this area.
So, the joining CILT, I hope you will receive lots of benefits. So, having the membership, contributing to the activities, and also active participation to the work with CILT will open plenty of opportunities for you in the future. So, I invite all the young professionals and also those who are working or in the fields related to the logistics and the transport. Please join CILT. Having this kind of professional bodies in our national scale is very important because they are contributing to the relevant field, and that is going to be double up in the national contribution. So joining BESTBIT today, I thank you so much the current president CILT, Dr. Namali Sirisoma, and accepting our invitation. And this is the first discussion in our channel. And I hope that BESTBIT also will have a long journey in the fields of career development, industrial innovations, and also business development. I thank you again for joining today with BESTBIT.
Thank you for inviting CILT Sri Lanka for your YouTube channel, and we wish all the success in your future endeavors.
Thank you very much.